I haven't put out any Healy videos for a while. I've been focusing on making videos about other aspects of healing. But I thought it would be good to put out the occasional quick Healy tip. Just a few minutes where we can talk about a simple and easy way of using the Healy that you might not be aware of. This first one is a quick and easy way to choose which programs to run on the Pink app. So this is a bit of a simplified way to use the Blue app to choose programs that you can run using the Pink app. We all know that that's a possibility, but a lot of people get confused because you get these 5 program groups come up, and then there's the hassle of going into each one and scanning it and making a routine for yourself out of this. So this is a much simplified way of using the Blue app to choose what you want to run on the Pink app. And it's simply about taking the top program from the top category that comes up and running that. Now, if you do that for a period of time, what I found is that it's actually really given me a lot more faith in the Healy than I had to start with, because I found that the same program often comes up 3-4 times before it moves on to the next one. Now, of all the programs that could come up, there's well over 100 of them in the database. The chances of getting the same one again and again 3 or 4 times before the body's ready to move on to the next one by chance is almost zero. So that tells me that there's something, that the Healy does understand something about me and what I need. And it's even more the case if I've got some sort of issue. Like a few days ago, you might still be able to see this in my face a little bit, but I got sunburnt and I decided what program to run. And it was always the skin programs, and nearly always for about 6 or 7 times after that it was the skin harmony program, or no, the skin impurities program, which made a lot of sense. And I think it's more than coincidence that that came up when I had sunburn. And similarly, I recently, a couple of weeks ago, I was feeling like I was coming down with a cold, and I ran the Healy, the Blue app, to see what program I should run, and Digest All came up. And I was thinking, Digest All for a cold? It doesn't really seem to make a lot of sense. But then I remembered that earlier that day I'd put something that I shouldn't have done in my smoothie. Actually, it was a rubber band that accidentally ended up in there, and I didn't realise until after I'd drunk the smoothie that it had the rubber band in it. And I think it was that was causing the cold symptoms, and later it caused some digestive symptoms. So even though I'd forgotten about that, the Healy knew to pick out this Digest All program for me. So it's remarkable the programs that come up and the sequence in which they come up. And the way it works is this: you take the Healy and you run a resonance analysis on yourself, just as you normally would on the Blue app, for all Healy programs. So you're about to see now what the most beneficial program for me would be at this moment. And we're only looking at the top field. It's Bioenergetic Harmony 2. Even though there's only 4%, we're actually looking at just at the top program because we only want one. So we do another resonance scan now on the Bioenergetic Harmony 2 program group. There we go. And we see what comes up. Prostate. Interesting. I haven't had prostate before until about a couple of hours ago when I ran it on myself for the first time, because it came up on this app for the first time. So this is another example of the same program coming up consecutively, which I will run after I record this video. Now, if you've got time, you could also, or if you've got another Healy and another phone that you could do this on at the same time, you could actually even run the vibrations in the Blue app at the same time as running the program in the Pink. And then when the program's finished, you come back to the Blue app to find out what the next program is. Now, if that's too much and it feels, even that feels like too complicated, like my wife said to me, I don't have time to get the Blue app out every time a program finishes. I hardly have time to set the new program for myself. So I said, okay, do it first thing in the morning. with a firm intention that what the program that comes up will be the program that is the most beneficial for you to run for the day, and you can then just run that program on the Pink app and keep renewing it every time it runs out. You don't even need to open the Pink app to start a new program. You've got that one program for the day, and having those same frequencies again and again can't do any harm if it's a program that's beneficial to you. So either do that with the coil or without the coil. It doesn't really matter, but it's one way of doing this as well. When you are running the Blue app, I mean, I didn't do it because I was talking to you at the same time, but what you can do is set an intention for what you want the result to be. So it could either be whatever's in your highest good if you don't know what you need to run, but if you're in a situation like I was in, for example, when I had the sunburn, you could simply close your eyes while the Blue app scan is running and ask the program that's going to come up is the one that's going to best lead to whatever result you want. Maybe it's sort of smooth and healthy skin after the sunburn. We've made a couple of videos about how we can formulate and the best way to approach these sorts of intentions, which you can find on the Heartful Healing YouTube channel. At Heartful Healing, we use energy healing with our clients to try to get the best results for them. This is one example.
I came to Heartful Healing mainly because I had issues with self-esteem, anxiety. I tried counselling, I tried all different types of therapy, and they weren't working. And I was kind of ready to give up. And then I came across Heartful Healing and kind of clicked almost. And I was skeptical at first, and you know, and then I experienced my first session, and it was like instant. I felt like results like from the first session.
How had you changed by the end of them?
I felt like happier, healthier. I felt like I could be more myself. I could express myself with my friends and with other people a lot easier, and I came across a lot more calm around situations. My anxiety took a dip. Especially through my exams. Even from the moment the guy connects to you, you feel like the weight is starting to lift and you feel like you're healing yourself from the inside out, and it feels amazing.